Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed those. We often hear about psychics and about astrology, especially in the media and in our newspapers and magazines. But is there any truth to these claims? We often hear that it's a scam, but often they seem eerily accurate, too accurate to be false. So I put astrology, numerology and palmistry to the test. Devised an experiment to qualitatively test the assertions of parapsychology. I would take the details of some people, including their full names, the time and location of their births, as well as photographs of the palms of their hands. I would take this information away and use it to draw horoscopes and consult numerology tables and palmistry charts. Fun fact, the proper name for palmistry is chiromancy. I took their details and worked into the night to produce a description. The following morning, we all met back up where Dee, Phoebe and Josh were all eagerly awaiting their results. They were to read the results privately and discuss how accurate they found them. Both Dee and Josh were quite taken by the results.
Oh, I thought it was relatively on the money actually, Richard. Yep, I did. Yep.
I'd like to say 100%, but I'm going to say around 90%, just because I'm...
Although Phoebe was a little sceptical.
It was so widespread that I thought like anyone could interpret it being like them. That was just my opinion. 65?
65% accurate. Okay.
After reading their results, I got everyone back together where I had one final test. I would mix up the results and see if each person could identify which description belonged to whom.
Yeah, if you want to take one each and see if you can figure out whose this is. If you get your own again, you can just reshuffle them.
Oh, that's mine.
I think this is mine. They were through the room too.
Yeah, 1 and 3.
Try it again.
That's mine.
It's the same one.
Oh yeah! You're the same! Richard! Science sucks!
They're all exactly the same. Yes, it was all a sham. All the descriptions were identical. The horoscopes were the same, the palmistry just meaningless scribble. I just copy-pasted the results off the internet. The wording in the results is vague enough to apply to nearly everyone, yet worded in such a way that, when sold right, appears to match an individual perfectly. This is known as the Forer effect. Well, that was interesting. Now, I have in the studio with me Josh, who was in the test. And Josh, what did you make of that?
Well, at first I thought it was pretty accurate, about 90%. I did give it 100%, but then I kind of looked at it again. Maybe some of those answers weren't quite to my description, and so I decided to give it 90%.
Yep.
Yeah, and until you told us that it was false.
So what did you make of it being all a scam?
I thought it was pretty funny, but then again, serious side, I'd probably look more towards having a deeper look in like horoscopes in magazines or newspapers, and try and pick out the ones that are kind of similar or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, that's called the Forer effect.
Right.
You notice how I can, write something that is quite vague, but it seems like it's exactly tailored to you. Do you now see how other people can get caught into this and
Yes,
truly
definitely.
believe that it's real?
Definitely, I believe the way that you portrayed it as in being quite professional, it definitely worked.
Now, I didn't actually disprove astrology per se, I just showed how easy it is to trick people. Do you, how do you see astrologers and psychics and people like that? How are you going to view them? Do you see them as being any of them being real at all, or do you?
Well, I guess you got to have time to do it, time to do research. to a degree, I'd say that it'd be very real, but on the other percentage, like that 10%, you could say, is just a load of bullshit.
Wrap it up. Oh, well, thank you for tuning into my show. In the eloquent words of Dr. Carl Sagan again, from his book, finding the occasional shore of truth in a great ocean of confusion requires vigilance, dedication and courage. But if we don't practice these tough habits of thought, we cannot hope to solve the truly serious problems that face us, and we risk becoming a nation of suckers, a world of suckers, up for grabs by the next charlatan who saunters along. Thank you very much.